What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. Unfortunately, my game had crashed, but we are now on episode 15, and we are about to end our war with the Papal States. I am going to go ahead and send these units over to essentially take out some of this territory. Liege and Flanders have both left this coalition against me, which I am very happy to see. Alright, now if we clear our offers with the Papal States, we obviously want all three of these territories. A lot of different countries are going to hate us, but that is a price I'm willing to pay. I want to take Rome, but I realize that having Austria hate me is not necessarily the best option. So let's go ahead and have all of this Rome here, to all of the Papal States, to give us their money. We will also ask them for some war reparations, and if it's possible, we'll get them to release Urbino as well. And we will call that a day. End our war, stop all these blockades. And if I believe correctly, we should have a new mission here to go ahead and create a proper fleet. Let's send our units back. We are expecting a rebellion soon enough. So what we'll do, we are still vassalizing we are still annexing some of our territory here for Brittany. And let's find out who hates us. A lot of countries do. Obviously, the Papal States hate us quite a bit. We have improved, because we have now conquered an estuary, we have brought us up to about 10% trade power compared to our previous 7. Let's update our military map mode and mothball all of our forts. There is no need to be paying that outrageous fee. And we may go ahead and spend some administrative power, or even save our money for the time being. Try to let this war exhaustion fall. And as soon as we have the funds, we will go ahead and core these 3 new provinces. I believe Savoy is unhappy, so let's go ahead and try to improve our relationship here. How is Castile, our very, very important ally? Let's top him off as well. Now, our French Empire is growing very strong, very fast. Looks like Kildare here had a variety of different rebellions and uprisings. It is now possible to convert some of these provinces here back to the one true faith of Catholicism. Looks like Burgundy has left a military coalition. Of course, we don't need to be giving Lucca military access, or at least we don't need it from them. Let's cancel this and put our diplomat back into improving relations with Savoy. So now our main goal is we want to start converting some of these provinces back to having Catholicism. So we'll need a inquisitor. So let's go ahead and recruit one. So we'll seek support of the clergy. We will go ahead and recruit an inquisitor. And because we have a lot of loyalty, we will go ahead and milk them of their administrative power. We will grant the bourgeoisie monopoly charters. I would really, really like to get a minister as well, but this is very, very dangerously close to having a lot of influence. We will milk them for their diplomatic power, and of course, having some extra ducats could go a long way. We will give the nobility an imperial diet. Also recruiting a new diplomat, and of course getting some military power as well. Now obviously we have the old diplomat, but this one is 68 years old. Might as well buy the younger one, who is 31. We could go ahead and get our Master of Mint, reducing our inflation, and of course, unfortunately I don't believe we are going to be improving our commandant just yet. I don't want to be spending any extra money than we need to. These separatists should be arriving very, very soon. Let's funnel over some additional troops into Essex. And we'll move these 10,000 men to Picardy. And of course, we are waiting for this war exhaustion to drop so we can go ahead and start getting cores on these southern territories. We should have an uprising sometime in the next 0.3 years. I don't see any units with a general, which is very troublesome. And we do have some very weak generals right now. Let's consolidate some of our units, bring them closer together. And of course, it looks like we finally do have enough. We're also getting a small reduction for the cheaper coring costs because our war exhaustion is slowly going down. I believe it was about 10% and now it's 7.6%. You know, we could easily save about 15 administrative power, but because I'm impatient, we'll go ahead and get them now. And after this uprising, we'll go ahead and construct a lot of new caravels. But of course, when do we get a new one? Level 15, so a very, very long time. Let's go ahead and build a lot of new caravels as we speak. That way they do take quite a long time to build. Let's get 20 constructed into London. Let's get another 20 constructed into Coup. And of course, we could get an additional 20 here in Narbonne, I'm sorry. That is going to take a very long time. We should have over our naval force limit, 88 out of 60. And I believe we only have 8 units. There are all caravels that are controlling the English trade node. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? I am an idiot. We really need the missionary strength advisor. And of course, now we'll start controlling more of these Protestant territories and turning them Catholic. We do have a lot of extra money. We are waiting for this uprising, but I think we are going to go ahead and try to produce some additional, workshops. Let's build one in Normandy. And of course, a .15. Ooh. This one is .14. We'll take that. We are only making 4.8 ducats per month. Well, now we're making 9.35. As soon as we take out these English separatists, we'll go ahead and we'll lower our maintenance modifier. And I wouldn't mind upgrading these carracks as well. I believe all we have now are, instead of early carracks, we have carracks. Here we are. They would go to London out of every province. And taking out almost 30,000 men. And we'll bring this stack back to Calais. And we are going to wait one tick here. We're going to be reinforcing 2,000 men into our military, and we'll bring this army maintenance modifier down to about 5%. This will take a very long time to fully reinforce, which is why I waited that 1 month. And right now we're building a lot of trade ships, we're building a lot of workshops, and hopefully we'll begin to create a very, very strong and powerful military. And once we unlock the flute, we'll be getting an additional 5% trade efficiency. And I believe my next war goal will most likely be Flanders. I know a lot of these countries hate me, So it will definitely be either Flanders or it will definitely be England. You know, right now they have a negative 97 modifier, which would take 45 years for them to fully forgive us. Attaching transport, heading back to Normandy. And we have one lazy diplomat. Let's improve the relationship of Lorraine here. They obviously hate us a lot. Not sure if we can even try to get them to like us. As my next idea group, we are very, very far behind. You know, with diplomats, with diplomatic power. I would love to get influence ideas, but I'm not necessarily sure if that's really a good option for us. Having economics would mean we never have to worry about inflation ever again. We could focus on other matters, such as we are going to let them revolt. We could focus on other matters, such as improving the rate from Protestantism to Catholicism. And of course, we are going to be establishing some new cores. This will cost quite a bit as well. We are going to be giving this territory to the bourgeoisie, who is unhappy. It looks like the nobility is unhappy. We will give them this territory here. And everything should be all fine and dandy. So if we head back to our idea map mode, you know, I would love to have aristocratic, because having a negative 10% modifier for the rest of the game would be quite nice. We have better generals, we have more generals, and it looks like nobility loyalty will increase by 10% as well. This seems like really a grab bag of everything good about the game. Having better generals, having more generals, cheaper military technology, and a diplomat. That's 4 things we would really, really like. We don't need any more money. We have a lot of money, but not ever having to worry about inflation could be quite nice. We are going to go ahead and disband these 3,000 units. We don't need them. We are going to disband this castle as well. Looks like Brittany was Protestant. I did not realize that. Well, we could go ahead and do some exploration of the New World, but my goal for this game looks like we have the French Wars of Religion here. How do we stop this? Have religious unity of at least 75%. We will gain some diplomatic power, of course. And if the clergy here believes they deserve more land, we will give them this territory. Now, what is our religious unity? 73% is very, very close to 75%. After we take over 2 of these and convert 2 of these territories, we should be fine. Finally, we'll be unlocking our level 10 diplomatic technology, upgrading to stronger fleets. And if we hover over our trade map mode, we have a 92% trade efficiency here, or not efficiency, but trade power. Pushing all of this wealth into Champagne, and Champagne will be pushing this wealth into the English trade node. Which further, accelerates my plans. I want to get as much trade power in the English node as possible. So really taking over some additional provinces inside the English Channel will prove to be very beneficial in time. And of course, our next goal would be to convert Somerset to Catholicism. Who are we converting right now? Cornwall, which I am fine with. I could spend 500 gold the papal influence does not matter. Ooh, technology cost would increase. I'm not sure that I want to do that. We really want as many ducats as we can get. It will be a long time before we could finally upgrade to our new technology here. Let's go ahead and go to our economic map mode, find development, and we are going to want to go ahead and improve the military capacity of some of these provinces. We'll give you about 2 or 3. Same here. And of course, this is a grasslands, so we will give them some as well. And the reason why I say that is there are obviously, we could improve our administrative power, our diplomatic power, or our military power inside this province. But if it's a grassland, there is a cheaper development cost because it is in the grass. Let's see if I can find that anywhere. I promise you it's a thing. Unless I've been lied to. Now we have a looming disaster. We are getting closer and closer. Ooh, you know what? I think we are going to have to go ahead and get a new... I don't want this disaster to fire. I think we are going to have to become the defender of the Catholic faith. I understand that it costs 500 ducats, but I really, really want this next missionary to try to convert both of these provinces to Catholicism, of course bringing us over the 75% threshold. This disaster could prove to be very, very dangerous. Looks like I do have a Reformation center. Ah, I have taken over a Protestant center of Reformation. And I'm not sure if this will even work, because it looks like we have other Reformation centers branching out into our territory. I don't know if this will even be possible. Hopefully it will. We could go ahead and upgrade our stability as well, further improving the amount of missionary strength we have. I'm not sure that's something we want to do, though. If we look back at our political map mode, we have 3 lazy diplomats. Let's get them to do something. Genoa probably needs to be improved. And, of course, Savoy should be topped off as well. How is Castile? I believe we just improved their relationship as well. Once it gets to about January 1st, I believe we'll go ahead and improve our relationship with Ferrara here. Possibly Hungary once again, and maybe even Denmark up here in the north. I believe Poland never got our alliance. We might want that as well. If, of course, we are going to be attacking Austria, we might want Poland in here. We have 4 out of 5 diplomatic relation slots. As soon as I annex this vassal, we will have 5 out of 5. If I go ahead and ally Poland, I don't believe they have a royal marriage. Yeah, that will bring us over the threshold, 6 out of 5, which we could do, but I don't want to have any penalties of negative diplomatic power. I'm very concerned here. I don't know if we're going to be able to reach our threshold. Now it looks like our advisor passed away. We're really gonna want some additional inquisitors. I hate to do this, but I really don't want to have to go into a disaster here. So really we're looking for any inquisitor, and of course we didn't get any out of the 4. Not going to pay 211 gold. I think this disaster will pop, unfortunately. Let's begin starting to convert other territories. Are you serious? We still don't have enough. We still can't find an Inquisitor anywhere. It's like the game wants me to fail, you know? Our king is a zealot, which is nice, but unfortunately he is an embezzler. Alright, third time in a row we haven't gotten an Inquisitor. Looks like we are about to have some rebellions. We'll send some troops down. And hopefully on the 1st of May we can find an Inquisitor who will help us improve our missionary strength. Are you serious? This is literally the 4th time in a row that we haven't had an Inquisitor. This is costing us a lot of money. With luck like this, I can pretty much guarantee you that we're not going to be able to reach our threshold. Looks like we also have provincial unrest here. They do have a -1 terrain bonus. We do have more manpower, but our morale is quite low. Haha! We still don't have the advisor we're looking for. I must have wasted 500 gold trying to find an Inquisitor. And now we've wasted about 600 gold. Looks like we are going to get our loan here. Oh, man. We'll pay that back in time. I wish, like, you know, once you spend so much money, I wish you could just outright buy one. We have 3 lazy diplomats. Let's go ahead, start improving relationships with the Palatinate. What about Munster? We could improve some with them. And of course, Denmark as well. I don't know what I'm gonna say if we don't get one now. Are you fucking serious? Excuse my language, but man, I am just absolutely tired of getting the same diplomats over and over and over. Well, we have unrest, but we still don't have... We have unrest and we have prestige, but we still don't have our Inquisitor. I wonder if it's because of the disaster itself, which might be the reason why. More prestige, more unrest. We're getting the same advisors over and over again. And we are getting closer and closer to this disaster. Still have more unrest. Still have our national tax modifier. It's not gonna happen. There's no way this will reach there in time. Alright, I'm done screwing around. This is such a stupid game. I've wasted like 600 gold trying to get, you know, an Inquisitor. And, you know, now that disaster is going to pop. And any second now. The war of religion in France. We could support the Catholics, lose 2 stability, support the Protestants. Don't think we're going to do that, or support the moderates. We of course will support the Catholics. And let's see here. We would need 90% to end this disaster. And what happens? Of course, we could just have stability of 1, which I don't believe we have enough for either. Well, maybe we do. We will support a Catholic League. Unless, of course, this will bring us into the Holy Roman Emperor. Because I realize there will be a Catholic versus Protestant war. I think we'll distance ourselves from it just to play it safe. And now we need 90%. Yay. We need 90% of, you know, religious authority, I believe is what it's called. Religious unity. I don't want to lose 3 stability at all. Now, there will be Protestant zealots rising up any second now. You know, part of me, even though I'm really pissed off, this whole thing could have been prevented had I have had an Inquisitor. It's like the game hates me. I still need an Inquisitor, though. Yay. I wonder if we're not allowed to have one because it says, you know, we're in a disaster. Now we have even more missionary strength because we completed our mission here. That took way too long to finally get. Alright, well, looks like I'm a little upset, but we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. As always, thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.